What is up, everybody? Back with another Wealth Hack Wednesday. And you caught me in the midst of going through some old paperwork that I found. And what I want to talk about today is understanding your personality type so that you can build your wealth a whole lot faster for some accelerated wealth building. So what am I talking about here? I'm actually going to do a longer video where I explain more about this, but the gist of it is that I had to take this personality test several years ago, and this is called the Kolbe Exam. The Kolbe, and I think actually this was created by, I might have been the daughter of the person who created the IQ test. Don't quote me on that. I'm gonna find out here in a second. Watch the longer video and I'll have a better detail. But here was the results that I found. So this was the Kolbe exam that I take, and Kolbe is spelled K-O-L-B-E. So basically what this is, and there are several personality tests out there that you can take. Is Kolbe the only one? No, but it's one that I see like a lot of different entrepreneurs, coaching programs they use, because it just helps them understand more about the individual, so they know like how they are, they know the way that they do things, why they do things, why they tick. So how does this help you build wealth? So let me explain this. So with Kolbe, it's broken down into 4 categories. You have fact finder, follow through, quick start, and implementer. So with these, and like I said, I'll show you my score. So for me, I was a 8 on the fact finder. Make sure that zooms in okay. So I'm an 8 on the fact finder, 3 on the follow through, 8 on the quick start, and 2 in the implementer. And let me just go ahead and give you a remedial breakdown of what these 4 numbers are. So fact finder means that you do a lot of research, that you like to if you're researching a TV, you want to make sure that you understand all the features that TV offers, and you also want to make sure that there aren't any other TVs out there that you're going to get a better value, a better price. So you're going to spend a lot of time doing a lot of research. Follow through, that means that you get things done. So if you have if you say, hey, I'm gonna work out today, like, you get it done. Or if you say, hey, I'm going to get this project turned in or completed by the end of the week, you get it done. Quick start, so these are your big idea people. So these are the world changers. They always have something new they're working on. They always have like the next greatest business idea. Hold on to that one real quick. And then implementer is, that is basically, so you are process driven, you like to build things. Maybe you like to create databases or workflows. It also could be like handsy, like you like to build, just like woodworking, I guess. I always think of my father-in-law because he's really good with his hands. He loves to build things. So fact finder, follow through, quick start, and implementer. Now once again, so where do I fall? So I'm a 8 fact finder, I'm an 8 quick start, I'm a 3 follow through, and a 2 implementer. And what I learned in that, so what does that mean about me and how has this helped me build wealth? So I scored the highest in fact finder and quick start. So that means I like to do a lot of research. A lot of this comes back to me being a financial planner, financial advisor, and working with clients. And I always want to make sure that if I was giving them advice, that I had researched everything that I could to make sure that I was putting them in the right thing, or recommending the best investment or financial planning strategy for them. Like, I just put a lot of pressure on me to do that. I take pride in that, but the danger in that is you do too much research. Like, you spend too much time researching things and not enough time taking action. You might hear the whole expression, paralysis by analysis. Like, that can be me, and I'll come back how I remedy that. The other thing I scored high on is quick start. So I'm an 8 quick start. That might not surprise you. So I am the big idea guy. So I've always got something new that I'm working on. I get really excited about ideas and new projects, and I love like talking to other people that are high quick starts as well, and just working on big things. That just really excites me. That's what just gets me going, gets me energized. So what did I score low on? 3 follow through, 2 implementer. So follow through means that I get really excited about the idea, but when it comes to execution, that's where I get stuck. that's where I, it's like, oh crap, like, okay, the idea sounds fun, but now I actually have to do all the things to get it done. Like, that's not a lot of fun. And then 2, implementer is building processes and workflows. Like, that's just boring. Like, that just, I'll be crying to tears doing that stuff. So you're probably wondering, well, Jeff, if you can't execute on your ideas and you can't build things, then how do you actually do that then? And how does that help you build wealth? So when you start to understand who you are and how you're wired, like I started recognizing that I was great on big ideas, but then 2 things. One, I had to filter those ideas and understand, like, yes, I have a lot of great ideas, but the reality is that I only have so much time in the day, so I can't do everything. So I had to, I jot down all these ideas and I keep them like in a database so that they're there, but I don't execute until I actually have the time, or if it truly makes sense to what my bigger goals are. So if you're like a big idea person, like that's okay. Like I don't want to shun you, say, no, you can't have too many big ideas, but you can, because you're not gonna be able to do them all. So you gotta figure out what those are for you. And once you recognize that about yourself, that means you don't chase everything. That means that you don't jump into everything. That means that you don't spend money. Like a quick start. So like I wanna buy every single course. I wanna buy every single product. Like I wanna try everything out. And when I started recognizing that about myself, like I stopped doing that. Like I was like, hey, I don't need all of that. That also tied into my high fact finder. High research, high fact finder. So I want to know everything about everything. So when it came to, blogging, like I wanted to read everything. I wanted to digest every single book, every single blog post that I could. I would listen to podcasts. I would watch videos on it. At the end of the day, you only need so much information before you need to execute. Having all the information in your head means nothing unless you actually take action on it. So that was another thing I had to recognize about myself was, okay, you've done enough research. Now it's time to actually do something. So take action, get it done. The other 2 things, so implementer and follow through. So with that, what I recognized was like, okay, like those aren't my things. Like I don't like the execution. I don't like doing those things. So how do you do it? Well, for me, that meant I had to hire. That means I had to delegate. That means I had to build my team. And every time that I hire somebody, or any time that I am forming some sort of partnership, or some strategic alliance with somebody, I have them take the Colby as well, so that I understand how they work. So are they a big idea person? So like when I know they start shouting all these ideas, I get excited, but I recognize, okay, that's great, but he's also a high quick start like myself, so we're not gonna be able to do all those things. Like we can only focus on the ones we can get done right now. So I have hired people that are high on the follow through, they're high on the implementer. And I know like with my financial planning practice, like every assistant that I've hired, they've had a high follow through, a high implementer, low quick start. A fact finder was always, decent, which it's not a bad thing. But I basically found people that would complement where some of my weaknesses were. But don't take this as a weakness, because if follow through is, if you're low on this, like that's not a bad thing. That just means like that's not what you get excited about. The people that like to build processes and workflows, like that gives them energy, that gives them life. And that's what this is all about, is recognizing like, where do you thrive? Where do you get excited? Where do you enjoy doing your work? And like, this is what the Colby does. And once you start understanding how you are, the way that you are, oh my goodness, like it literally will change your life, because now you can go into all these different situations, whether it be, you might not all be wanting to start a business, but hiring a financial advisor, investing for the first time, how you approach relationships, how you approach like so many different things in your life, how you approach marriage and having those conversations with your spouse. Like I recognize like I'm a high quick start, my wife isn't. Like she gets stressed out with all my big ideas. So I had to filter a lot of these ideas from her, because she thought when I would talk about something that I was going to do it tomorrow. But the reality was, it was just, I was excited about it, wanted to talk about it, but it probably may never happen, or if it does happen, it's going to be months from now. Anyway, the Colby seriously has changed my life. And has helped me build the wealth that I have. And once you understand how you are and how you work, I know that it will help you build wealth too. All right, so Wealth Hack Wednesday, a little bit longer than usual, but I was excited about this one because this is something that I tell a lot of people about, and I know a lot of people haven't heard about it. So now that you have, you know. And I'll have a link for the Colby Exam. I think there is a cost. I'm not sure how much it is now, but you'll find out in the link below. But that is what it's all about. Know yourself, build wealth, do it your way. This is Jeff Rose reminding you it's your life, it's your money, your life, and only you can make it awesome. Until next time, peace.